Hey y'all, this is Sydney
and V.
Welcome to another episode of
The Flow Up,
the awkward and real lighthearted podcast about the struggles of making it to that goddamn glow up.
Yes, come on, glow up.
Yes. So, girl, how you doing?
How am I doing? You know, I think I'm doing a little bit better this week than I was last week.
Okay.
But
Praise
you know,
God
I'm still struggling. I'm living.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm making it.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I'm still paying my bills today.
Not sure about tomorrow, but today, them motherfuckers got paid.
Today this bill got paid,
That's
and
real.
I was so proud of myself.
That's real.
I got about 27 cents left.
Yes!
But
Yes, take all 27 of them cents.
guess who not getting evicted this month?
That's what I'm talking about. Guess who still got a roof over her head this month?
No, seriously. How about you? How you doing, girl?
I am okay. I am surviving through the Mondays, all of the Tuesdays, the Wednesdays, the Thursdays, and the Fridays.
And the Fridays.
Oftentimes the Saturdays and Sundays. But yeah, like you said, I'm just kind of living, just, getting through life. We got 15, 16 days left to our DR trip.
Ooh, Dominican Republic. I can't wait. I'm so excited for that trip.
I'm super excited for that trip. Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm stress excited. Because there's so many things that still need to be done before that trip.
Yes.
But I'm excited that that trip is happening.
Somehow Jesus is happening.
Come on. Where there is a will, there is a what? Way. So, I actually have a question for you today.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready. What it is?
All right.
What it is.
So my question for you today is, what are your top 3 values for platonic and romantic relationships?
What are my top 3 values? That's a really loaded question because, when you think about your platonic and romantic relationships, sometimes the values that you care about are interchangeable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have your lover that is your friend. You know what I mean? So,
right, because if you think about it, a lover is just an upgraded friend. It's a friend. Well, I shouldn't say a friend that you have sex with.
No,
but it's a friend that you have sex with.
That's real.
And that you build life and eventually have kids if that's your thing, and you kiss upon and touch upon. Yeah, so it's a fine line, but it's actually different.
Okay, so I think I have my 3.
Okay.
Although I think it's just kind of fair to say that you could automatically absolutely use these interchangeably, but just for the sake of this questions, I'll separate them.
Okay.
So something that's really important in my platonic relationships, one is transparency. I want to know who you are with your face beat.
Come on.
I want to know who you are with pimples on your face.
That's it.
You know what I mean? No makeup on, your pajamas, no weave. I need to know who my friends are, and same with me. Like, I need you to know what I look like too, and don't judge me.
Right.
Okay? Not only what I look like, but I need to feel comfortable with sharing intimate details about my life. You know what I mean? Because I think what it comes down to is support. I need to know that you can support me how I need to be supported, and I can support you. You know what I mean? I think that's really important. So one would be transparency. Another thing would be, I need my friends to be motivational. Sometimes I'm not.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you get in a bad mood, or you're in a down mood, or depressed. The one thing I hate is when I'm feeling like that and somebody's like, damn, for real?
Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That sucks.
Stay up, sis. It'll get better.
No, I hate that. Like, I need to be able to tell you some real shit, and I need you to be able to be like, yo, V, guess what? Tomorrow's a better day. And tell me some real shit. Like, you're amazing, you're this, you're that. Like, hype me up.
Right.
Hype
Even if
me
I necessarily
up.
don't want to hear it at that moment. Yeah.
Sometimes be my motivation. Like, I need that in my friendships. And also, tippy top, I need to be able to laugh with you. Like, if I don't laugh with you, we're not friends. Like, period.
Absolutely.
Understand that. I'm not gonna call you my friend if we be sitting there stone faced looking at each other.
Okay, if she can get a little weird, you know what I mean? If we can't, like, create our own SNL skits in like random moments, then what are we doing here?
Serious?
Like if we can't be in the middle of the grocery store, like going back and forth, what are we doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I need to be able to make really weird and random without any type of notice jokes. Mm-hmm. And I need you to get it, even if nobody else does.
Yep.
Like, understand. And so I think that's it for platonic. Now, my romantic relationship, I need to have chemistry. With that person. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be something that's understood by anybody else. Mm-hmm. It just has to be a chemistry between me and that person. That person's energy just needs to be A1.
What's understood don't gotta be explained.
Exactly.
Is that how the phrase go? Yeah.
I don't know, but it sounds good to me.
Thank you.
It sounds good to me. Another thing that's really important to me in a romantic relationship is character.
Okay.
Person has to have character.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know that they're a good person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mess with, crazy people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bad crazy.
That's fair.
Yeah, I just need to know that your character, your personality is up to par.
That's fair.
And that's just something that I won't know until we hang out. So it's just kind of like a trial and error thing.
Right.
We'll figure it out one day.
It's not the worst.
Right? And then I guess my last thing would be, I really need in a romantic partner, I really need in a man to be a leader, because I'm a leader. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to get too far into it because I'm all about girl power. I'm all about, positive feminism and things like that. But I also want a man that's the head, so to speak.
Okay.
And on a later episode, we'll go more in detail about that.
Then.
But you know what I mean? I want that. I'm a leader. I have a very strong personality, and I need my man to have a strong personality too. I don't want to feel like I'm in a relationship where I'm telling him what to do and bossing him around. I need him to at least be my equal.
Right.
I won't settle for anything less than that.
Right.
So yeah, that's me. What about you?
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. I tried, girl. I was really trying.
Listen, I think I'm just gonna couple all of mine under the same umbrella because I feel
cheater.
Like no, like I said before, I feel like the underlying values of both kinds of relationships are the same. It's just, of course, things differ when it comes to like intimacy and physical touch, those kind of things. Mm-hmm. But of course I want honesty, trust, transparency, all of the things that should be in place at the start of any relationship. But on top of that, what do I value? I value someone who loves and appreciates food the way I do.
Ooh, food.
Now, listen, I have a long history with food. A long history.
Girl, food is always your friend.
Always. And I mean, granted, a lot of that is rooted in negativity. So like, of course, poor eating habits, that kind of thing. But as I've gone through life, I have a different appreciation for food. Like, don't get it twisted. I will eat some kale and quinoa Monday through Friday, but on Saturday, you're going to let me have this cheeseburger.
Oh, girl.
With bacon
That's
and
dedication.
avocado and french fries too. And you're going to leave me alone about it. No, you're not going to leave me alone about it. You're also going to have your own and we just going to be fucking it up together.
I get you.
Boom.
But Monday through Friday though, that's a lot of quinoa. Like,
it is a lot of quinoa. And my system just be moving. This
ooh,
waist
girl.
be snatched.
Oh, girl.
So that's one. Two, I'm gonna take from what you said, humor. Someone to make me laugh, someone I can also make laugh. It's no secret that I'm super weird and super awkward, and the special things that comes out of that is just like a different type of humor, a different sense of humor. Mm-hmm. So someone who can match that or bring their own level of weird and awkwardness and that sense of humor into it, like A+, like I'll love you forever, guaranteed.
Can you imagine ending up with like an awkward person?
I'm finna cry. I'm gonna cry because like I would love to end up with a fellow awkward person just simply because we both silently understand how the realm of being awkward works. You know what I mean? We both understand what that means. And like from that, we would be able to create our own little weird, awkward world that no one else would necessarily understand.
Exactly.
I would love that so much. And for my third value, for me personally, I need someone, whether it's a friend or a romantic partner, who understands my sensitivity.
Oh, that's so important.
But does not ever use it against me. Because...
Oh, let me write that down.
Yeah, come on. Because a lot of people know that I'm sensitive, but they don't necessarily accept that. You know what I mean? Like, so they'll know that I'm sensitive, but the moment something happens and I react in a sensitive way, it's, oh, I forgot how sensitive you were. Oh, you're just so sensitive. And it's like, why are you telling me something about myself that I already know?
That is so painful.
You know what I mean? Like, now, I'm not asking for someone to tiptoe around me. That's not what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Like, still give me truth, honesty, you know, whatever. But just respect the fact that I'm sensitive. If you know that I'm sensitive, tailor your words.
No, that's fair.
Tailor your words or actions in a way that you know I will be able to easily digest. Don't come at me with your super rough, aggressive stuff and then be like, oh, I forgot how sensitive you were. Well, bitch, then why are you still talking to me then? Or like, why are we interacting? You know how sensitive I am.
That's how you know it's real. Like, well, bitch, listen.
Well, bitch, listen. You knew that from jump. So what the fuck am I supposed to do about it? So just someone who like takes that into consideration in dealing with me.
Yeah.
Like, I know it might be some work, but you know, if you love me and you care about me, then that's some work that you're willing to put forth.
Right.
So that's what I ask. Those are my 3 values. Wow. Yikes.
That was a little scary.
That was a lot of bit scary. Wow, I can't wait till we get into a studio.
Right.
And out of this apartment
Chronicles.
But yes. So if you haven't noticed by that question, the topic of today's episode is relationships.
Right. And the importance of relationships.
Yes.
Because period, point blank, you know, as independent as you want to be, as independent as I am, you are, people listening, relationships is a necessity.
They're essential to your survival.
It's not a luxury. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not when we say that, we're not just talking about, oh, you need a man, you need a woman. We're not talking about that at all. You know, relationships can stem from romantic to platonic to associates. You know what I mean?
To professional. Like, relationships can come from anywhere.
Exactly. And it's something that you need for your development, you know? But it's also important to note the type of relationships that you need. Because everybody that comes into your life is not meant to stay.
Oof.
You know? Oof. And a lot of times we have the idea that the more people, the better. So let's just keep building our list when a lot of people that we come in contact with sometimes are toxic. You know? Yeah. They're toxic to our survival. They're toxic to our development, our relationships.
Right. And they're just even toxic to that place of where we are versus where we want to be.
Exactly. So like an example of something that, or some person that is toxic in your life is, you know, you ever have somebody who's like, you're too much of something.
Wow.
You're too ambitious. You're
too sensitive.
Yeah, right. Like you said earlier. You're too sensitive. Like, you're too something. Like, bitch, why?
Right. Then why are you even in my business? Why are you here?
And why do you feel that way? And why does that bother you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If, like, I'll tell you one that I get all the time. You're too ambitious. Okay, let me ask you this.
The nerve, first of all.
So?
And what? What's that mean?
What does that have to do with you? What does my ambition have to do with you?
Wow, listen.
What does that mean? If I want to start 17 business and 23, you know, charities, and I want to run for president and be an astronaut, teacher, wife, mother who donates eggs on the side.
That's it.
What does that have to do with you?
Right. Listen, because that's when...
Especially when you're not my man. You're not my nobody.
That's when people's projections and their own fears and traumas get to jumping out. And they want to place that on you. Like, for someone to say that you're too ambitious, maybe they feel like they're not doing enough.
Yeah.
And so in that, instead of just admitting to themselves, oh, maybe I'm not doing enough, they'd rather project it onto you like, I know, you just doing too much and you're making me feel bad about myself because I'm not willing to do that much. Again, like you said, what does that have to do with you?
And you know, the funny thing is, like, when I would get that question a lot, I got it a lot when I was in college. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you're in college, you kind of pat yourself on the back because you're like, well, I'm doing that. I'm in college, like, adulting, yes. And you know, in college, you have a lot of dreams. You have a lot of aspirations. You're 18 to 21 usually. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Sometimes. And that's right at the age where you're seeing your whole life in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, the possibilities, ooh, the places I can go is endless. Mm-hmm. You know? And I had different people actually tell me I was too ambitious. And it would get to me and I was like, ooh, maybe I am. Maybe I should tone it down some.
Right.
You know? Maybe I should do what everybody says and get a regular, job and fit into societal's norms of who I should be and just be a quiet little black girl, because apparently being ambitious is equal to aggressive, and I don't want to be a stereotype.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
For me, it took so long for me to look into myself and like, no, actually, I hated my job at the time. I don't want to continue to do that for the rest of my life. I wish I would work there till I was 60 and then retire and still not have enough money to live.
Listen.
The hell? What I look like?
In this economy?
What the hell?
Under this administration? Not me.
Like, I wish I would. And the funny thing is, like, now that I'm thinking about it, the same people who would tell me I'm doing too much of this, doing too much of that, they're still in the same position they were.
Wow.
In college 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
That is all shade and all tea.
But that's all truth, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's,
you know what I mean?
It's all of the shade. It's all of the tea.
As transparent as I can be.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point where I had to realize that sometimes your dreams intimidate people. It's not even the fact that you made it. It's not even the fact that you're doing something special. You don't have extra money. You don't have extra resources.
Wow.
You don't even have extra time.
Wow.
You have a dream.
Wow.
And that bothers people.
Yeah, because if your dream doesn't fit the size of their box, if your dream...
I wish y'all could see me because I passed out, but I came back.
...doesn't fit the size of their box.
What?
Like, do you already understand where there's a disconnect? It's
exactly.
your dream. Your dream should never be able... Or it should never be able to fit in someone else's box. That's not what the point of all of this is.
Exactly.
Oh, what's some other examples of toxic people or toxic relationships?
People who try to take up your time with nothing. You know, you always have those friends that just want to...
Just preach to my life. Please.
You know, you always got those friends that just want to hang out and do nothing.
And do nothing. Wow. Sorry.
And
I didn't mean to yell. I'm so sorry.
But look. Let me be careful with this one because everybody needs a lazy day.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Let's clear up what it means to do nothing.
Everybody needs a lazy day where you do nothing and you in your pajamas and you watching reruns of whatever you watch and you chilling. Right. Everybody needs that. But let me tell you something. I'm going to have a full attitude if every single time you call, every single time I call, every single time we hang out, all you want to do is watch TV. All you want to do is sit in silence and get high.
Come on.
All you want to do is get drunk or go to the club. I'm a grown-ass woman. I got shit to do.
Come on. Because listen, we can get high and do nothing, but let's paint. You know what I mean?
Let's be productive.
Let's get high and paint.
Let's be artistic.
Let's talk. Even if it's about the TV show that we're watching, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about something.
Let's relate it to our real life.
Stimulate something.
Like, get your mind working. Work some kind of muscle. But yeah, I know what you mean. Doing absolutely nothing. Yeah. No, that's not going to work.
As an adult. Now, in high school, all right, cool.
Well, yeah.
You know, we wasted hella fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
In high school, we were just bullshitting because we just like, oh, well, we're young. We have all the time in the world. But when you're knocking on 30's door... You know what I mean? When you're 25 and up, you realize that maybe you don't have as much time as you thought.
Listen.
To every other day do nothing.
When a landlord is looking for you every first of the goddamn month.
No,
what
seriously.
you mean do nothing?
And again, to be fair, you know, this is just my opinions. You know, this is for my friendships, just something
this is just all a matter of a perspective.
Yeah, it's just something I can't do personally. Yeah. You know, you want to do something with me, like you want to smoke, all right, cool. Let's get high. But let's do something else too. Mm-hmm. You know, let's talk about, I almost said his name.
Woo!
That current president. You know, let's talk about something.
Yeah. We don't mention his name anymore on this show. Yeah, after that first time, we don't say his name.
I'm sorry,
anymore.
I almost said it. But
no, we don't say his name.
Let's talk about something. Let's talk about, you know what are we gonna do in the next 5 years? How are we going to improve our lives?
Listen, let me tell you, it could even be nothing that's like based in reality or fact.
Bitch, let's be astronauts.
We can create No, seriously. We can create a whole dreamland. Like, all right, bet. So let's move to this country. You know what I mean? It could be something so far-fetched. Buy this land. We about to start our own nation, our own community. We just gonna start over because America is some bullshit. That's fine. Like, even though that's something we both know, is probably not gonna happen in this lifetime. At least we're talking about it.
Fun fact: me and Sid have had plenty of conversations like that.
So many
about just starting new nations because this one is just, you know.
What are we supposed to do here?
I don't know.
I'm so through. Like, listen, I can't even be plugged in. I can't even be plugged into the news cycle. And, like, sometimes I'll feel bad about that. Like, because I'm being willfully ignorant to what's going on. Because there's just so much going on. Like, for one's own mental health, I cannot pay attention to everything that's happening. But anyway, shoot, I had another good point about what's another toxic trait. But kind of lost my train of thought.
Okay, think about it.
Yeah.
But just kind of piggybacking on what we were saying earlier, I guess kind of part B to that would be when somebody, friend or romantic, tries to hold you back so that you won't leave them. You know what I mean? When they don't want you to explore your dreams, explore your passions, explore your ideas because of the idea that you might outgrow them.
Right.
That's... I will say that initially that's fair. Why? Because it's human nature to fear change. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But there's a difference between voicing that. Right. Like saying like, oh, you're getting so successful. I'm just really worried that you won't have time for me anymore. Because I love you and I value you. Versus like, oh, so you don't have time for me no more?
Yeah.
Oh, so now you can hit me up like, wait a second. Let's not do that. Right. Yeah.
It's not fair. And the seriousness of the matter, and I'm just going to go out and say it.
Come on.
Be mad if you want.
Tell the people what they want.
But it's not your responsibility to wait for someone to catch up with you. If you're in that predicament,
say that one more time.
If you're in that predicament where you have a friendship or a relationship where maybe you are outgrowing that person, or seemingly, maybe you don't even feel that way, but seemingly outgrowing that person, it's not your responsibility to dull your light so that theirs can shine brighter.
Wow.
You know?
Or not even so theirs can shine brighter. It's not your responsibility to dull their light so they feel good about themselves.
Or it's not your responsibility to dull your light.
Period.
So honestly, that you can help them light theirs.
Right.
You know, it's just, girl, listen.
That can go in so many different ways.
Yes.
Either way, it's not your responsibility. Like someone else's life is not your responsibility.
It's not.
It's not.
Now, all you can do is be an encouraging person and encourage them to the best of your ability. But them making it from point A to point B is them. And
that's it.
Period.
That's it.
Now, if y'all happen to be on the road together,
that's it.
Good job.
That's it.
But otherwise, you know, you have to look out for yourself, because if you don't, guess who will?
Yep.
Nobody.
Yep. Nobody.
Nope.
Oh, I found my point.
Okay.
Remembered it.
Yes.
I don't know why that little...
Sometimes it's gotta keep talking. Sometimes you just gotta keep talking.
Oh, shoot. Oh, but to piggyback off of what you said earlier, another sign of a toxic person is if the only type of conversations you guys have is around something negative. So if it's around gossip, or if it's around any kind of self-centered negativity, like, so maybe you're not feeling good, but that's the only time you connect with this person.
Yeah.
Is if you guys are trading, like, oh, I hate this about myself. Oh, I hate this about myself. If that's the only time, or if that's, you know what I mean? Like, if that's the only way you can connect to someone, that may be someone you either try to switch the topics of conversation with this person. And if that doesn't work, that leads me to point B, then maybe you just need to go ahead and cut them off. Because we all have our times of, being down on ourselves where we don't like things. And we'll openly express that to our friends. And I mean, that's cute for you and your friends to have those days where you just kind of like, you guys are both down on yourselves together, or down on yourselves together.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine if you do that on Monday. But by Wednesday, I need us to be talking about something completely different.
Oh, you know what I mean? Only got till Wednesday.
By Wednesday, we can't still be talking about Monday's problems.
Yeah. We
have to be moving forward to Wednesday.
Because I need you to understand, I'm the type of friend that I'ma listen on Monday, girl. I'ma listen. I'm ooh, girl, you ain't gonna find nobody that's gonna listen like me. On Monday, I got you. On Tuesday, I'm still there. But guess what? On Wednesday, if we still talking about that,
you're like, girl, I'm gonna need you to move on.
You go get it handed to you a little bit. And that's only coming from a place of love.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
If I love you, I'm going to be honest with you, period, point, and to the blank. And you might be mad, but if it's real, you're going to get over it.
Right.
Because I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be selfish and be like, all right, bitch, get over it. No, it's not that at all. It's just that if I consider you my friend, I consider you greatness.
Right.
And greatness is not stuck in the past.
Right.
It doesn't do it.
Yikes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It doesn't do it. So if you need, assistance getting over it, we can do it.
Right.
But by Wednesday, we better start be talking about some solutions.
That's it. Wow.
We could talk about the problem too, but some solutions better be trickled into that conversation.
Right. It can't just be a full another, 2 days at this point? If we go from Monday to Wednesday, that's 2 days of us sitting up under this rain cloud. After a while, we got to move and change our clothes and put on some dry clothes and get the day started. Which, that is a perfect segue into challenging friends. Because a lot of times people get toxic and challenging and constructive confused.
Very true.
They like to think it's the same thing, and it's not. There's a difference between someone who is just bad for you, and someone who just tells you the raw, uncut truth. But it's coming from a place of love. And that's not always easy to see, especially if you're like me. Shout out to the sensitive gang.
I'm sensitive too.
You know what I mean? We out here. But because at first, because of course we react or we receive things emotionally first. But we have, after digesting that, we should be able to see, oh, this came from a place of love. This person just genuinely cares.
Right.
This person just genuinely wants to support me. So.
And the interesting thing about that is a lot of times when you're having somebody check you out of love, it don't matter how nice they're saying it. Somehow in your brain, you automatically get defensive and you register attack.
And you know why?
I do. When I say you, I mean me.
Me too. Me also and as well. And that's because it's already something that we've discussed with ourselves. It's already something that we've revealed with ourselves.
Yeah, we know we full of shit.
We know we full of shit. So when you have someone else call you out on that shit, you're like, how fucking dare you call me out?
Why did you just...
Don't you know what I've been through? We're quick to get dramatic because just the thought of somebody infiltrating that intimate space that we have with ourselves, that can be scary. But if you're able to take yourself outside of that, you'll see that's one of the most, that's probably one of the most purest forms of love.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? To have someone take that risk and tell you something straight to the point, knowing that it could potentially hurt your feelings, but they know they need to tell you anyway because they love you.
You know, and that's the problem, honestly, with a lot of celebrities.
Oof.
A lot of people, like celebrities that have money and they have power, they have so many yes people. Ooh. They have so many yes men that they're beside themselves.
Hello? They don't know how to act.
They don't know how to act because they don't got no real friends. Because Kanye, where your friends at?
Where are Kanye's friends?
Listen, I'm just saying. I know Kanye
take a second.
and Jay-Z had a little thing, but Jay-Z, come on, you got to take one for the team.
But listen,
reach out to your nigga. Please.
No, wait.
You don't think so?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I think Jay-Z had to move out of the way because he realized that was a toxic relationship. Kanye's ego, first of all,
that's fair,
is so big.
That's fair.
So I'm pretty sure there were moments where Jay was like, "Hey, dog, like maybe calm down, or
yes, with the
maybe
voice.
you should do that." Like, hey, Jay, you know, come on, maybe you shouldn't like get on TV and say this stuff. And Kanye was like, "Nah, fuck that. I know I'm the greatest alive. I'm this, I'm that." Yeah. And so after a while, Jay just kind of be like, "Okay, you got it. I'm gonna move back, but you got it." So listen,
that's fair. That is actually very fair because sometimes you try to be a good friend.
That's it. To
the wrong person, or to a person who is just not ready for that level of reality.
Wow, I'm triggered.
You know what I mean? Because that happens, and it doesn't mean that the person is a bad person. It just means that they're not ready. And if they're not ready, then maybe they're not ready for that friendship, and that's okay. And take all the time you need. But going back to that other statement, I'm not about to dim my light.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
For you to feel good about yourself.
I'm not about to do that. So let me tell you what we finna do.
Hey.
You finna take a moment, wild out, be the greatest, do what you do. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna be great to some people who appreciate me.
That's it.
And my friendship.
That's it.
And my realness.
That's it.
You know, now granted, I'm not out here cussing people out.
Right.
You know,
I'm
not gonna tell you about yourself at a party. I'm not gonna tell you about yourself in front of your coworkers. You know what I mean? But understand, on that drive back home when it's just me and you,
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, sis. So
yeah, let's talk real quick. So how you feeling?" I always start out with how you feeling.
It's like you know somebody finna read you and they're like, "So how did you feel about that?" You're like, "Me? When someone asks me that question, that's such a triggering question." I'm like, "Why? What did you think?" Because if someone's asking you like, "So how did you feel about that?" That means they have thoughts. And they've come prepared with some bullet points.
Yeah.
So I
you start panicking.
I would just rather be like, "Hey, so why don't you just tell me what it is you're thinking? Like, let's not do this back and forth. Just tell me what it is you need to say."
Right, absolutely.
Ooh, and what's okay, I'm trying to think of some social media or like pop culture references that can kind of wrap up these 2 points of toxic versus challenging.
Oh, come on. You know you got some toxic. Oh, you know you got some toxic.
Now, listen, I hate to do this to my good sis because I love her down to the ground. But my girl Cardi B is in a very toxic relationship. And she's not the only one. Now, listen. Listen. I'm not going to get up on this show and act like I know everything about everyone's life.
Right, just from a perspective of what we see.
Just from the perspective of what we see. You know, there is a new woman every day releasing a sex tape of them and Offset while he is married to Cardi.
I wish y'all could see my face.
I wish somebody would drop a sex tape while I was married to somebody. But anyway, so we see these women release these sex tapes with them and Offset or whatever. But then we see like Offset will buy her like a new car. Or buy her a new something. And she was just like, "Oh, yes, daddy, I love you. I love you. It makes all the ups and downs worth it." That's not ups and downs, sis. That's just toxic. A toxic relationship.
No, that is toxic.
If someone would rather spend money to buy you something than to fix what you're asking of them, then that's just a situation you need to leave. If you just ask somebody, "Hey, can you please just stop cheating on me?" and their answer is to buy you a new car.
That's hella funny.
Not stop cheating.
That's
on
so
you,
funny.
Then maybe you need to go ahead and go because that's toxic. Because they don't care about what it is you want. They don't give a damn about what it is you value. They're just like, "Here, just take this expensive ass car and shut up."
He was like, "What? What you say?
What you mean?
You want a new car? What? I can't hear you. What? A new car? Got it."
Because that's easy for him. He got money. You know what I mean? He has a bunch of money, so buying you a car is nothing.
That hood ass mentality.
That's it. But to stop cheating on you, wow, that would take some real work. that would take some real strength. That would take some real self-discipline. And if someone is not willing to give that to you to build the relationship that you guys have in the relationship.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was okay. I was trying to rebuttal.
There's no way to rebuttal that.
I was trying to rebuttal, but nah, you got some points, because that is incredibly toxic. It's unfair. And you know, I hate the idea when people say like, oh, celebrities have a social obligation to be role models. But in this case, I'm not even saying that she's a role model or not. That's not the argument. But what I'm saying is, it just sends a very bad message to her younger demographic.
And even us, because Cardi is our age.
Yeah.
Cardi just turned 26.
Yeah.
So she's in our group. You know what I'm saying? So people our age are watching this.
Yeah.
So and of course, you know, there's younger generations, but it's important to call that out. Like, hey, this should not be the standard for your relationships. You know what I mean?
But you know, to be fair, I don't know if I'm really fair or not, you know, she oftentimes goes out and say like, yo, you know, this is my life, this is my choice, you know, this is not what I'm saying everybody should do, but this is what I'm doing. And I respect that.
Okay, right. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
That's
you know what I mean? Because there are some girls, there's some women to this day that, you know, they are married for years and years and years. Husband cheats, has hella kids outside the marriage, come back, and somehow they're making it work. And I'm not saying that that's great. I'm not saying that that's good at all, but it's fact. You know what I mean? So I don't think that Cardi B is doing something new.
Oh no, absolutely.
You know, by
not
accepting
new.
it, you know
Absolutely
what I mean? And I
new.
don't think that she should have all the social responsibility for that, because, you know,
right, and I'm not
she's human and she's
right,
young and all
she
the
doesn't
shit.
even have any responsibility. It's just something to point out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Something to look at.
It's very toxic.
Yeah.
I hope they get better.
You know, and it just, God, all you can do is pray.
Cause she love that nigga.
Oh my gosh, she love him. She love him. And like, she just holds him down. She just be so proud, shouting him out. But you know, whatever. I won't get into that.
But you know, like, I guess kind of thinking of another celebrity couple on whether or not it's a toxic relationship.
Yikes. Oh shit.
Is Beyonce and Jay-Z. Now, side note.
Woo!
Boom, boom, boom. Side note, listen, what's Beyonce's company?
Parkwood.
Listen, Beehive, don't come for us.
Miss Blue Ivy, we don't want no smoke. Rumi, sir, we don't want no smoke.
Just listen to my point, okay? I got a good point.
Go ahead.
My point is that, yes, at this point of their career, we all know that Jay-Z has some infidelities. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And although Beyonce decided to stay, whatever, that's neither here nor there. The point is, it happened. That's a fact. Okay. At that point in time, was it a toxic relationship? Absolutely. But the point that I want to mention is that in their relationship, at least it seems, that Jay-Z has come to a point where he realized that, no, you know, maybe what I did was fucked up. And maybe not only do I have to be a better person, not only do I have to be a better husband, but maybe I need to be a better man.
Ooh.
And at least it seems as though, you know what I mean? At least it seems as though he's making some effort to do that.
Right.
To better himself. And I think that's the difference, because a lot of people, you know, they do they dirt and they're just like, well, it is what it is. I got this money, so whatever.
You're just so unapologetic about it.
Right, they're so unapologetic about it. And I don't know if that's how he was. All I know is right now, he seems regretful.
Absolutely.
And I can appreciate that growth. It doesn't change what he did.
Absolutely not.
It doesn't make it okay. It doesn't say that, like, oh, you know, he gets a get out of jail free card. But he's taking some steps that a lot of niggas don't.
Absolutely, because
won't.
There's a difference between you asking a nigga to stop cheating and him buying you a car versus someone going to therapy to figure out why they're doing what they're doing.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't necessarily, again, sorry, Beyonce, I wouldn't necessarily call their relationship challenging, only because in the beginning it was very toxic.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
like, he recorded a song saying like she had multiple miscarriages because of his infidelities. You know what I mean? So in that time, that was a very toxic situation.
Absolutely.
But I guess because of the way he turned it around, it's something to be admired.
Right.
But that leads me to the point of you don't have to stay while your partner fixes themselves. You know what I mean?
You don't.
Beyonce made her choice. That's fine. Girl, we love you regardless. Again, we don't want no smoke.
That's good.
Over here.
Yeah.
But just in general, like, you don't have to stay while your partner fixes themselves. You don't have to stay in that relationship if you're still constantly being abused while that person is working on themselves.
Right.
You have all the permission in the world to remove yourself and let them get it together.
And that goes for romantic,
platonic
family. Sorry, I just had to put that out there. I'm sorry, I just had to put that out there.
Come on,
no, seriously, you have zero obligation. The only person that you're obligated to is yourself.
That's it.
Your mental health comes first. And guess what? If your mental health is at a certain point, it can affect you physically.
That's it. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
So you have to take care of yourself because, like we said earlier, if you don't, nobody else will.
Nobody will. Literally no one.
So under no circumstances are you obligated. And that kind of brings me into the next point of... shit, I forgot my point.
Uh-oh. That's all right.
What was I going to say? You're not obligated to stay. And then... if you are... in that type of relationship, you know, romantic or platonic, that's why it's so important to have positive relationships, somebody that you could talk to. Because let me tell you, keeping that type of negativity inside is bad. Now, look, I am a huge advocate of therapy. I am a huge advocate of therapy, and believe it or not, that's a type of relationship. So if you don't have any close friends, seriously, if you don't have any close friends that you can talk to and spill your heart to and just vent and cleanse your mind,
right? And
you don't have any family, you can't talk to whoever, you need to seek help. And it's not to say that you're crazy or anything is wrong with you. Not at all. But sometimes you need to vent. And those are the best people to vent to because legally they're not allowed to judge you.
Boom. They're not allowed to judge you. And what they have that's important is they're indifferent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're not on your side or whoever you're talking about side. They're the mediator. They're supposed to be like indifferent to whatever it is you're talking about. Which leads us to the point, shout out to an app called Talkspace.
Yes.
This is not an ad or anything, but there is an app called Talkspace. It's an online therapy app that comes at the fraction of the cost of traditional therapy. But it's basically a therapist that you can either text or like video chat with on your own time completely. Like I used it for a while, like, and I was able to like text, quote unquote, a therapist, and like they would respond and I would respond when I had the time. So it's not like I had to stop any point of my day to dedicate time, because I know, you know, with our crazy schedules, that's not always a thing. But like you were saying, mental health is absolutely important. So that's something that should be prioritized. So if you can, I would highly recommend checking out the app if you want to talk to someone but don't know where to start. I think that's a great starting point.
Oh, girl, they should have paid you for that because that was good.
I feel like they should have paid me for that because I said that. Like
that was good. No,
hair flip.
That sounded like a professional.
I articulated that really well.
Little ad. That sounded good.
But yeah, Talkspace.
Absolutely, it's really great. And then also, they also have very low budget options. So if you're a person that's low income, like myself,
hello,
and you would like to talk to someone in person, they have county-wide therapy that you can participate in. All you have to do is go on Google and you type in your county and you type in therapy. And the low-budget options will pop up. That's what I did.
Perfect, yeah. That's what I need next, because I need to go sit in front of somebody's face.
Yes. And then also schools, like some universities and colleges. Did I say that right? Yeah, colleges. Sorry.
Yeah.
Some community colleges and some universities have psychology departments where they have really low cost therapy sessions that range anywhere from $0 to like $20.
Yeah.
So if you would like to talk to a mental health professional about anything, your relationships, just life, getting through whatever, I would definitely contact your local school or university and see what their options are.
Yeah, because it's so important, you guys, especially now in today's social climate. Like, you know, we're already dealing with so much stuff on top of like the individual issues we face. So yeah, it's nice to have someone to, as a soundboard, to get those things off of your chest, and someone who can also provide you with constructive feedback to live your best life.
Your best life.
Because guess what? We ain't going back and forth with these niggas.
No.
Not in 2018.
No.
Like, that goes for nobody. Friendships, romantic relationships, none of that.
And a lot of times when you're sacrificing your own happiness for these toxic relationships, you're not living your best life.
You're not.
You're up here walking on eggshells for what?
Girl, listen. For what?
That's the question. Like, what are you in the relationship for? What are you getting from it?
That's what I'm saying. Relationships are supposed to enhance your life.
Yeah.
They are not supposed to drain you.
Yes.
They are not supposed to make you feel stressed. They are not supposed to make you feel any kind of negative emotions. Now, that's not to say that these same relationships won't have conflict.
Right.
But there's a difference between conflict and someone just sucking the soul out of you. But and which brings us to our last point of, you know, we gave examples of toxic relationships versus constructive relationships, but, you know, we always want to make sure we're checking ourselves. So in that self-check, it's important for us and for those listening to make sure you are the type of friend that you are asking for. Please don't ask honesty of someone if you are not going to be honest with them. Please do not ask for someone's trust if you are not going to behave in a trustworthy way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's a, what do they say? It's a, something two-sided, something. I forget what the phrase is, but like, it's a two-way street. That's it. So whatever you're asking of someone else, whatever it is that you value in someone else, make sure you're also bringing that to the table. Make sure you're not the toxic person in someone else's life.
Exactly. Check yourself. And it's okay. Check yourself before somebody else will. Because if you got a real friend, they will check you.
And that shit hurts.
It hurts.
Being humbled hurts.
It doesn't feel good at all.
Listen, so if you can catch yourself, if you can humble yourself, I can guarantee you it'll be a lot. It'll, like, the blow will be a lot softer than if someone else has to do it. Because whether they're a friend, family, whatever or not, hearing hard truth from someone else is already a hard pill to swallow.
Right.
Already. So
I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, do you think that there was a time where you could remember being a not so great friend?
Yes. Absolutely.
I can too, same.
I had like a whole breakdown the other day, and I just want to shout out my best friend Ashley. I had a whole breakdown the other day because I thought about the space I was in while we were in college and just the type of person I was, the types of things I was projecting. You know, I was a very toxic person to her. Mm-hmm. Like, very bad. I had poor communication skills. You know what I mean? Like, I was very reactive. I reacted before I thought about my actions. Like, so I was, and in turn, it made her feel negatively about herself. And, like, I hate that I was even that person to her.
Right.
But today I have a whole newfound appreciation, a whole different level of love for her because she stuck with me through that. At a time where she could have been like, all right, bitch, you're doing way too much for me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of done. She could have easily walked away and I would have deserved it all. You know what I mean? She could have completely abandoned me and I would have deserved it because I was a horrible person. But the fact that we are still like super close to this day, like, wow, I had to cry because I was just like, to me, that's when I know that there is a God. Because could no one have saved me and caped for me in that way? You know what I mean? Like, he had to put it on her heart, like, okay, yeah, she being a brat today, but like, just just give her some space. You know what I mean? Like, just let her be her, like, and come back. She'll be fine in the next couple days. Just for someone else to have that level of patience with me, that is something, like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, so that's, like, my number one right there. I love her.
Oh.
Yeah. I love you, Ashley. Wow. You could have left me a long time ago, and it would have been my fault. But, you know, we're still besties to this day, so, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. No, actually, I think I have a very similar story. So my best friend, hey Lee, hey girl.
Hey girl.
Yeah, I had a very similar story. Like Lee, I call her Lee. Her name is Nishila. Don't trip about why I call her Lee or whatever.
And your business.
So she's always been a very, very supportive and very, very attentive friend. You know, and we have that type of relationship where like she'll listen to me, I'll listen to her. But I remember this one year specifically in college. Weird time.
What a weird time.
It was such a weird time. I do remember this one time in college, and granted, I was busy and I was stressed out and I had a lot going on. But I was being completely unfair to her. You know, she was always, always, always there to listen to me vent, bitch, whatever. She was always there, never questioned, never, you know, got mad, upset. And when she needed me, I just wasn't there. You know, when she needed to talk, when she needed to vent, I was like, oh girl, you know, I got this paper.
Right.
You know, oh, you know, I got class. I can't. And I didn't see it at the time. But I was just like, yo, I'm trying to graduate. I got stuff to do. You know, I just got stuff to do. And at the time, it made total sense.
Absolutely.
At the time, it was like, oh, she'll understand. But thinking about it now, I realized that was an asshole thing to do. You know, for a period of time, that relationship was completely one-sided. And she was the good side. You know, she was the good side.
Listen, that's not always easy to admit.
And this is how you know, like, our friendship was real, because she had to literally pull me to the side and be like, yo, V, like, you know, you're kind of fucking up. Like, you're hurting my feelings, and I don't feel safe in this space with you. Like, she had to sit me down and tell me that, you know, and I cried because I felt like a little bitch. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
really?
You know, I thought
yeah, you know, like when you have yourself handed to you, but gently, that kind of makes it worse almost.
Listen.
Because it's like, they're such a good person, and you know that they're a good person, and you're just up here just taking their love for granted.
Wow.
You know what I mean? No, seriously.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've been really conscious of that, because I'm way busier than I was in college. But I'm not too busy for the people that I love. Right. Period.
Absolutely. Oh,
and I should never be.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful thing to say.
No, but I'm serious though.
You know? And that's how it should be. Your head should never be so far up your own ass. Sorry, I couldn't have said that in a nicer way.
That's okay.
But your head shouldn't be so far up your ass. You shouldn't be so concerned about you that you ostracize the people who love and care about you.
Exactly. Now it's like, now I'm in a position where I'm way busier, and
listen.
No, I don't talk to the people that I love every single day, every single hour. No, I don't. But once a week, I make it a point to reach out to my people and be like, hey, I love you. I'm thinking about you. I'm here. Just know I'm busy, but I got you. You need me? No, you're good. All right, cool. Until next time, love. See you later. But I make it a point to know, because I don't want anybody to feel like that anymore. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm that toxic friend, or I'm that friend that uses. Because I'm not that person.
Because like, that's not where our intentions are. That's not where our values are.
It's okay. Kick myself in the ass. All right, got it. Boom.
Listen, woo. And like, my God. Yeah. I have a friend like that now. God bless her. Luna. She knows who she is. But yeah, she knows who she is. She knows who she is, and she's that friend who we were talking about earlier, who is like very raw, uncut, straight to the point. And you know, I've had my time adjusting to that, but now that I'm on the other side of it, now that we've gone through what we needed to go through, as far as that goes, like me being ultra sensitive and her being very straight to the point. we have a very deep appreciation for each other. She keeps me balanced because, I mean, of course, in our sensitive world, everything can't be sugar-coated. You know what I mean? Even though that's a hard pill to swallow. Mm-hmm. I will admit that. Everything can't be sugar-coated. That's not good for our health. Right. So I'm so glad that she's that person who will give it to me like, hey, listen, you little sensitive bitch. This is what...
Oh, sensitive
Yo, little sensitive ass. This is what it is. But yeah, like you said, I never want to be that toxic person in someone else's life. And I hope that all of my friends who listen to this, this is shade. So if you're my friend and you don't listen to this, wow.
Let them know. She'll let them know.
But like, no, seriously, like I forgot what my original point was. That's what I get for throwing shade.
You see how God works?
Won't he do it so?
God is like, whoa.
He was like, okay, so you're being messy, so I'm going to take that thought that you had out of your head and trip you up because you know you shouldn't have said that.
Right. God be the one, he be right there.
It be your own Lord and Savior. My God.
It be your own Lord.
I forgot what I was saying, but like any of my friends who are listening to this, please, like, don't be afraid to be that person who calls me out. And, you know, I will work on myself to be the person who is willing and ready to receive that information as well.
Exactly. So what about you guys?
Yes.
Let us know. You know, have you experienced toxic relationships? Are you still going through a toxic relationship?
Come on, tell us about it.
Are you that toxic friend?
Are you the toxic friend?
All right, come on, think about it and let us know. Hit us up on our email, which is theflowuppod@gmail.com. Did I get it?
That's it.
theflowuppod@gmail.com.
And of course, you can hashtag us always at theflowuppod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Like we always say, we love hearing from you guys and we love your feedback. And we eventually want to incorporate an interactive part of the show. So please send us those emails. Hit us up in those hashtags. Let us hear from you.
Yes. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And until next time, when is our next episode? The DR, right?
Yeah, so we're going to do a fun episode with our friends in the DR. Like, that's so exciting. And then after that, we're actually going to have a part 2 to this episode where we kind of dive into like the love languages and how important that is to know your love language and to communicate that with your friend, partner, whoever.
Yes, and if you want to donate to our vacation, our GoFundMe. No, I'm
Please.
just kidding.
Venmo is Sydney C. That is SYDNEE. What is it? CEE? Wow. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't send me no money. It was a joke.
Yeah, that's like a funny.
But yeah, we will see y'all in the DR. We're gonna have a super fun episode for you guys. It's gonna be so fun.
It better be fun.
We're probably gonna be
trip.
Expensive. First of all, let me tell y'all a little bit.
Don't do it.
Let me tell y'all something about some international travel. That shit is so expensive. We have paid so much money, and we're 2 weeks away?
Oh my God,
girl! And guess how much money?
15 days.
Girl, and guess how much money I got in my bank account?
25 cents.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm not finna really tell y'all, but just know it's not enough to be going to someone else's country,
a whole nother country where we don't speak the language.
But it's fine because we gonna be cute though.
Whose idea was this?
Ours. But we gonna be cute. We gonna be like, make sure you're following us. We might drop some pics on the Flow Up Pod on Instagram. But if not, you're gonna see some thought pics anywhere else. But yes, thank you guys so much for listening. We enjoyed it as always, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye, y'all.